Hey guys, Kevin and Scott here at the Elite Academy of Martial Arts. I'll show you guys how to do the ganda. Just recently put a video on the build-out, and the ganda is basically like the other side of the coin. Instead of going high, you can just do it. Okay? So the way this works is, if the guy's throwing a big haymaker, they're throwing a big body hook, uppercut, or even a shovel hook, that's when you're going to ganda. Okay? And it's not easy. It's a very tough hit to do, but if they're telegraphing, it'll make it easier for you. So the way this works is, if Scott could be in a fighting stance, he could be in a Wing Chun stance, whatever stance he wants, but basically he's going to do a gansao and a punch or any strike he wants at the same time. And when I try to hit him, he's going to use that against me to defend the hit and hit me. So I'm fighting, and if I try to shovel hook him, what's going to happen is I'm aiming right for the rib, doing a nice shovel hook like this, and so he's going to chop my hand with his gansao and throw a punch with his other one, aiming for my chin or my throat. Okay, and he's actually trying to break that hand and chop me. The gansao now, it's just like this. You go here, just like the bilsao, and you come out about 12 inches apart, and that's your gansao to the left or the gansao on the right. You just practice that, and then also you have to rotate to make sure you're cutting with the bone. You don't want to hit with the flat. Okay, you want to hit the bone into his bone to damage the inside of his wrist, hit the nerves. Okay, so if I'm throwing a hook, I could throw a shovel hook, an uppercut, doesn't really matter. He's going to angle accordingly and block. So see, as I threw that hook to the body, he's chopping into my arm and he's throwing this punch at me. The other thing he's doing, he's actually stepping in. So if I'm out here and maybe I'm putting this hand in here, you know, like Nate Diaz likes to do, he puts his hand and he throws that big hook to the body. You need to be aware that that's the setup, and then as that big hook comes, you're going to time stepping in. He wants to catch me before I get a lot of momentum going. Okay, so if you guys have ever seen Nate Diaz's videos and some of his training, he just does this. He goes like this, and then bam, he hits you really hard with a body shot, because he's like, hey, look, hit this, and he totally tricks people, and then he cracks them in the body. Okay, guys? So one, try not to fall for it. At least know that it's coming, and then you get a chance to do that block. I'm not saying you'll be able to do this against Nick, okay? But it's good. It's a good tool to have in your toolbox. All right. So what's happening? I'm throwing the body hook. Scott's going to throw the ganda. I'm throwing the punch. I can catch, I can parry, or I can just leave the hand up and let him simulate. So the target, I hit the side, he throws the punch. I hit the side, throws the punch. So he's chopping, stepping in. So as he's stepping in, he's rotating. Okay, to add more power for the chop and more power for the punch. This hand does not go out. If he goes out too far and he mistimes it, what's going to happen is the arc of my punch will be inside the arc of his arm, and it's going to hit him. Okay, so don't go out that far. You simply go to position and throw your punch at the same time, using that rotation and that step to power. Power comes from the step, and power comes from the rotation. Two sources, not just one. Okay, so I feed the ganda like this on the other side. Okay, just very easy. So you're moving around, my hands up, I throw, boom. I throw, boom. Okay. Now if he's doing it real tight, if he's a really good boxer and they throw that super tight, you're not going to do that. It's a totally different block. This one is the guy's doing something here, and he just throws a really big punch. I would say Chuck Liddell style. If you guys saw the Rashad versus Chuck fight where Chuck went really big and went uppercut like that, and Rashad did a nice overhand to knock him out, that would be a good time to do your ganda. Okay, guys? So we feed these with pads also, but right now I'm just feeding him with the hands, which is the kind of beginner way to do this, and then later on you can up it with pads. All right. This is done with the build-out. So normally the way we feed it is I would feed him the build-out, I feed him ganda, and I can feed him randomly, whatever I want. So I'm feeding him all the gates. You guys see that? So what he's covering is his four corners. These two high corners and the two corners, two low corners. You have the build-out and the ganda. You'll cover the two high gates and the two low ones. So now any looping punches, you're going to block and intercept them with your straight punch. Okay? And then later on you can do the center portions with jet das and loy das, things like that. Okay? All right, let me know if you have any questions. Leave comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys.